Just look at the size of the boot with the false floor up. My wife's BMW's got a false floor. Shows you how high spec and luxurious the Allegro really is. So what have we got in here? Well, that's where the fuel filler pipe goes, and the fuel tank sits under there, or it will do when it's not sitting on the roof, covered in anti-corrosion primer. There's your ski hatch, another luxury feature. I think, you know, this is really quite a highly spec'd car, isn't it? There was an attempt to install an aftermarket stereo, because from the factory it didn't have a stereo. We've got seat belts here. These are a Swedish brand, so you can see that. So these must have been fitted, I don't know, at the dealer or at BL's secret facility in Sweden. Down here we've got the third screen wash reservoir for the rear wiper, and there's also a motor there. I'm not sure if that still works. The other two were completely corroded, and I haven't looked in that one yet. It probably is corroded, but never mind. So what I want to do today is, there's a hole in here somewhere. Well, there's some crusty bits here. I'm gonna have to see if that's surface or if it goes all the way through. It's like a seam there. That is probably going all the way through, and that has gone all the way through. So let's where shall we start? I think we'll just start at the top, just wire brush this, see what happens. These are the bolts that hold the fuel tank on. I knew I'd put them somewhere safe. Okay. Big piece, isn't it? It's all wax oil. Another big lump of wax oil. Ow. Well, I'm surprised. I still haven't wire brushed this, but I can tell just by scraping it that it's surface corrosion. So this is a drain plug. You just pop these out, and I think all that's happened here is water sprayed up and got through past the drain plug, and then it's somehow got under the wax oil. And the funny thing is, once you cover up water, even if it's with wax oil, you're going to get corrosion. In fact, you're going to get it much faster than if there was no wax oil. But it's just surface stuff, and the only actual hole I found is still this one here, which is tiny. Let's see how close I can get you into there. Is that in focus? Maybe we'll have a look underneath. Oh, there's a lot of crap in the way. Oh, it's just this bit. Back and shite out the way. Yeah, so it's had a whack there, and it's just right through there. So let's take this POS off. Yeah, she does have a bit of a blister on her bottom, doesn't she? Poor girl. Purely cosmetic, honest, but that isn't. So that's it. That's all we need to weld on the boot. I thought it'd be at least a... I'm almost disappointed. This filler, of course it's filler. And this. Cool, cool, cool. Alright. I'll try and remove this mud flap. Bit crispy here. It's only this bit that's gone, I think. I'll have to have a closer look at that later. This is okay. Yeah, it's just there in that corner. Right. Try and undo that now. So this is the full extent of it, I think. I've gone around with the grinder, as usual, just finding more and more things that should be done and could be done. But I have to keep in mind that my aim is to get this through a test so that it becomes a rolling restoration, and then we can gradually bring it as close to perfection as we can be bothered or can afford to. So the holes have got to be gone, but as for kind of refabricating the entire back end of an Allegro, that's not going to happen right away. So basically we've got rot from here to here, and I think because this is quite a, when it goes around here, it's quite a complicated shape. It's so, I can't quite get around to that way, but along the wall here it's okay-ish. So what I'm going to do, in the interests of just passing a test, is I'm going to cover this in, well, remove as much of this material as I can, really thin stuff, prime it, and then I'm going to put a patch of steel over here, weld it, and call that good enough. Tradition in Bewegung. That's a real bit of Dinglish if ever I saw some. Oh no, cut it the wrong way. I think that's almost right. I think it's harder cutting out the template sometimes than the actual welding. Mam essa, as the kids say around here. There we go. The piece doesn't fit perfectly, and yeah, it's actually still a bit delicate around here. But I'm just going to fill those holes up with weld. But it's getting there. So I think I'll just get that nice and firm, and then bend it around. I don't have an English wheel, but I have a rubber mallet. And I'll probably have to just grind a bit more material back to make it fit snugly. So I'll just pop a few more welds in there, try and fill these gaps up first. Smoking. Sorry, that was cringe. whew, as the sun sets on the Slavic paradise. There we go. Still a bit hot. Yeah, it's just a first attempt to experiment to see what's involved. So I had a lot of fun filling in the gap here, because it was a bit too wide, and then here it was a bit too short, but I was able to grind it back, and I think that's the trick. You have to make it a little bit too big and then just grind it back. So once you get one side in, tack it in and then grind back until it all fits in nicely. So a good learning experience that was, and I'll just finish welding it eventually and grind the welds back, and it'll be fine. As you can see, it's not exactly going to let things down, because this is all pretty knackered anyway. But there is no more hole in the boot apart from that one, but that's obviously where the fuel is. So I'm gonna leave it there. Just got to tidy all the crap up, and I'll leave it half an hour just to make sure it doesn't burst into flames. I don't know what it was. There was something in this corner. I don't know if it was like ancient leaves or something, but it was like every time I hit it with the welder, it would set on fire. It's like 10 times it was on fire, which is great, isn't it? So we'll wait till it's fully cooled down. It's already cool to the touch, but anyway, yeah, so I think that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.